name is Agnes Perez. I am French, but I grew up in Spain, where I live in a little village. I own a macrobiotic school here, where I teach many people. I started macrobiotics 30 years ago, and I have given many lessons, presential lessons, to many pupils who come to my house and listen how to cook. I want to thank you, Jeanette Rice, to invite me to this forum. And today I am going to cook a recipe, and then I will explain to you how you can make much more recipes with different ingredients based on whole grains. So I am going to cook a millet cream. Here we have the millet. And here we have the millet. Just I rinse it with water and I clean it. I clean the impurities. And this millet cream, I am going to cook it with a little bit of onion. I like very much the taste of millet and onion, because it's not sweet, it's not salted. And for bowels, it's a very good recipe. So I start cutting the onion in half moon. I think for 1 glass of millet, 1 medium onion, it's okay. And then I put 4 glasses of water. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a very easy cream to cook. I put the onions.
Oh, everyone's having trouble.
Is it okay?
Yes, sorry about that.
Pinch of sea salt. And then 1 glass, like this, of millet here inside. Then I will add, when millet and onion will be cooked, I will add a glass of rice milk to make it soft. So here we have the fire. And now just we have to wait the millet to boil. And then about 20-30 minutes to be cooked. So in this time, I am going to introduce you different grains and different forms to have a nice breakfast. Here I have a grated turnip and a grated carrot cooked in two glasses of water with 1 umeboshi. And this is a macrobiotic home remedy I used to take before my cream, sometimes in the morning, to help my body detoxify. It is very easy to make. You just have to grate the vegetables and then boil them 4 minutes in water. And then you have a nice home remedy. Sometimes we can start our breakfast taking a macrobiotic home remedy to strengthen our body. And this macrobiotic home remedy can change depending on our condition. For example, if we need to detoxify or to slim a little bit, we can use this macrobiotic home remedy. If we have digestive problems or we need to strengthen our digestive system, we can start taking an umeshokuthu, for example. There are many, many home macrobiotic remedies that can be taken first in the morning. The first thing you take is a macrobiotic home remedy, and then you take your cream. So I am going to turn my camera now, and I am going to explain you different ingredients. Okay, let's start. Here we have different ingredients to make another creams. For example, I use rice here. I use barley, and when you cook millet or when you cook quinoa, the time of cooking, it's about 20 minutes. But when you cook rice or when you cook barley, you have to cook them longer. For example, 1 hour and a half, 3 hours. In winter, you can cook them 4 hours and make very nice creams. Also, you have to add more water. As you can see, I added 4 glasses of water to the millet. But when you cook rice or you cook barley, you have to add 5, 7 glasses of water, more 7 than 5, because they need more water. You can cook 1 grain, or you can combine. You can mix 2 grains, like, for example, 50% rice and 50% barley. Then you can make your breakfast salted or sweet, depending on your condition too. For example, for more young people that need sweet in the morning, you can add some raisins to your cream. You also can add some cinnamon. If you feel more yin or exhausted, I don't recommend sweet breakfast. I recommend salted breakfast. For example, I like to start my breakfast. I'm not exhausted. I am okay, but I prefer starting my breakfast with a miso soup than a sweet breakfast, because I think that to me, a miso soup, it's something that gives me energy and warm my body in winter. So you can use a nice miso. Here I have, let me see. Here I have a Spanish miso made in Tarragona. It's a very good rice miso, non-pasteurized. And you can start your breakfast with a miso soup and then have a cream too, instead of starting your breakfast with a macrobiotic home remedy. When you have your cream done, you can put on the cream, you can put some seeds like sunflower seeds, roasted sunflower seeds, like roasted sesame seeds or little gomasio. You can put pumpkin seeds too on your cream. So we have different tips, for our creams. If sometimes you are in a hurry and you don't have time to cook 1 hour and a half a cream or half an hour, you can use oats. But this is occasionally, because I think it's better to use whole grain to have breakfast, because we keep much more energy with whole grains. So then here I have, let me see if I can do that with my, oh, I don't think it's possible. Here we have buckwheat. I sometimes like to make pancakes with buckwheat. I soak the buckwheat in water, and then I mix the buckwheat and I make a pancake. This is when I like when I crave for bread. So instead of taking bread in the morning because it's not good for my body, I prefer to make a pancake with buckwheat. But you can also make a cream with buckwheat. If I like something sweet or sweeter, I sometimes use carob flour. Here in Spain, it's very popular. You know, I am surrounded by carob trees, and carob with oats. You can make a really nice dessert with carob, oats, for example, with nuts, and it's sweet, but it's not too very, very, very sweet. You can just use sunflower seeds to put on the top of your cream, and we can add a little protein. For example, we can make a nice spread with chickpeas like hummus and eat them with rice cake. This is when just a cream is not enough to us. For example, if we are going to make exercise, or we have a job that we need to move a lot, we can add some protein in our breakfast. For example, miso soup, cream, and a rice cake with a little hummus. We can add too, if we need to relax and to refresh our body, our organs, we can add some greens. Look, these are green leaves of my backyard. It's broccoli, greens, and they are just blanched. You put water boiling, a pinch of sea salt, and then you don't need to boil them a lot, just 30 seconds, 1 minute, and it's okay. And this is very good to combine with the cream in the morning if we feel more young or more tense, to relax the liver. Then, what we can drink in the morning? We can drink.
1 second, Agnes, we have a question. Paula from Portugal is asking, why is it that you don't like a sweet or don't favor a sweet breakfast?
Because I think that sweet breakfast, when I am almost vegetarian 30 years now, and I am a very quiet woman. I live in a peaceful place, and sweet is to relax. So I don't need sweet because I am naturally relaxed. I am a yoga practitioner too. I have been a yoga teacher during 24 years. And so I practice yoga, meditation every day. And so I don't need to relax. But if you need to relax, sweet is good. For example, sweet is good when somebody is very attached to sweet flavors, like bad sweet flavors, like, for example, chocolate in the morning, or croissant, or pies. So you can start with a good substitute, sweet substitute, adding some raisins or something sweet to your cream. But it's just to change. When you're macrobiotic many years, I think it's better to eat something more neutral. Something more neutral, because if you eat sweet, then if you are relaxed and you eat sweet, then you are too relaxed. And you can do you're not so active, no? It's my opinion. But all depends on our constitution and condition, you know, because we are individual, and our bodies are very different. So I am talking just with my experience. So I think it's better something more neutral or salty in the morning than very, very sweet. So it depends. It depends. If the person is very active and needs to relax and doesn't meditate, doesn't make exercise, she will need more sweet than a person than relax in another way. I think, I don't know if my explanation is good, because my Spanish is not very, my English is not very, very good, but I hope you have understood.
And now Clara is asking, is one more relaxed in the morning after sleeping?
It depends on the individual. More young people need less sleep, and when they wake up, they need activity. That's more young people. For example, I wake up at 6, 7, and I love going to my backyard. I love making yoga. I love going for a walk in the morning. That is because inside me, I have this activity. And more young people, they have difficulties to wake up and to go out of the bed. So if these more young people eat sweet, they won't go out of the bed, because they will get more and more relaxed. They don't need too yin, because they are too yin now. Their condition are too yin. Do you understand me?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
You can ask me anything you need. I try to explain. Now,
okay,
the
thanks.
millet is starting to boil. The millet we have here in the side is starting to boil. Let me show you. Okay. Do you see? Can you see?
Yes, very well. Yeah, very good.
So, I am going to close the pan and to put the fire in the minimum. And I am going to let it boil about 20 minutes. And we start the questions and we start everything here. Yeah. So the first thing, do you see the table? Is it okay?
Yes, very good.
Yeah. The first thing we have to ask ourselves when we wake up is how I feel. How I feel, and in the basis of how I am feeling, what do I need to have for breakfast? Because it's not the same what do I need for breakfast from what do I wish. Maybe we wish something sweet, but it's not our need. So we have to ask ourselves, we have to observe, how do we feel? If we feel more active or too active, if we feel more, for example, a little bit sad, or we don't want to go out of the bed. And we have to ask ourselves too, to have a good orientation for our breakfast. We have to observe what we are going to do the rest of the day, because it's not the same breakfast if we stay in front of the computer, for example, studying or preparing a lecture, or studying or working with the computer, then if we are going to exercise, or if we have a job that is more active. If we have a job that is more active, I recommend a more salted breakfast. If our condition is not too young. If our condition is too young, so we can have a neutral breakfast to be relaxed, or something a little bit sweet. If we are too yin and we want to be more active, I recommend a salted breakfast with miso soup, for example. It's not the same to have the breakfast in summer than in winter. In winter, we need a breakfast to warm our body. For example, we need a warm breakfast, starting with a soup or broth, then a cream, warm cream. And in summer, we can start with something more lighter. Like, for example, we can start with some cold cream with a little lemon zest, for example, for summer, to relax and to refresh. And we can add some greens to our breakfast to refresh. So breakfast depends on many things. Sometimes on Sunday, if we are with family, or we like a little fiesta or something, well, something sweet, we can use, here, let me see, we can use a good marmalade with no sugar, like, for example, cranberries, no sugar, just fruit. This is a really good Spanish marmalade. Sometimes we can add to our cream a little bit of oat drink or rice drink. If we like, for example, if we need more protein, we can add hummus, or we can make a little tempeh too. So it depends on how we are. We can make a spreads with carrot and onion, for example. We can make spreads with some tahini, and umeboshi and scallions. I love this spread. Tahini, umeboshi, and little scallions. It's very easy to make. And
one woman, we have Gretchen from US asking about how long it takes to make breakfast, because she's thinking maybe it might need to make it the evening before and just heat it up if it takes too long.
Yes. I used to make my breakfast the evening before. For example, the cream I am making today, millet cream, I make the evening before. Then when I wake up, I just warm my cream, and I make a little tea, a bancha or kicha. And then I make my cream for almost 2-3 days. I'm not making a cream every day. Not longer than 2-3 days. Not longer, because I don't like to keep my food cooked more than 2 days, because I don't think it's not good for. I think it is not good for energy, because grains give us a lot of energy, but they must be fresh cooked. I don't like batch cooking. I don't like it. I think we have to take almost 1 hour, 1.5 hours per day to cook our food, because this is very important to our health, to cook every day. Now people make many things and don't cook. I can't understand that. I think that many people are losing health because of that, because they have lost the habit of cooking every day. So we can cook the day before some things like our breakfast, and have always some spreads in the fridge or in the kitchen, some spreads prepared. We can cook our grain a little before, no? For example, we can cook grain, and then with a part of this grain, we can make the cream too, adding water. Can you understand me? Yeah.
Yes, I wonder.
Sorry.
Oh, that's good to see you.
Yes,
I wonder if you add water to cooked grain, it's not going to have too much taste. what besides water, what more do you add? What else?
Some raisins, some lemon zest, some cinnamon, but I don't like when I have my grain cooked, I don't add 4 glasses of water. I just add 1 or 2 glasses of water to make my cream because it's just cooked. And when you cook a grain, you have added 2 glasses of water, or 3. But then you don't add 4 glasses of water more, just 1 or 2. But this I don't used to do it. I prefer to make my cream separated than the other grains. And so I can change because in the morning I can eat millet. At midday I can eat a little whole rice. And then I can change. The other day I can eat a little, for example, in the breakfast I can eat rice, and at midday I can eat barley. So I like changing. Yeah. So our cream is cooking. Yeah, that we are going to see that now. Can you see? I think.
Yes, yeah. That's good.
Right,
almost done.
It is almost cooked. Look, those holes mean that the grain is going to cook. Yeah? It's okay here. So now what I am going to do is just add a little rice milk.
I see that you don't stir it.
I don't, pardon?
You don't stir it. Stir. Moving it around. Stir is move it around.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't like to stir food. Just, well, I don't like to stir. When I make sauteed vegetables, yes, I stir, but I like to have my cream and my food quiet because I like peace. So I am a peaceful woman. So if you stir a lot of very much your food, then and you are on stress, this has an impact in your food. What you make to your food is what you're making to your body, to your energy. So if you like a more active energy, then you have to stir your food. But if you like quiet and energy, so just let it cook and make more. another recipes. So you can cook your grains with pressure too. For example, for the cream, many years before when I started macrobiotics, we made our rice cream with pressure cook. And we had, well, when I started macrobiotic, I was very young. So sometimes in winter, I had very cold, and I put my cream in the night on the fire, and I left with the minimum fire. I left my cream 7 hours, and then in the morning I took that cream, and I remember the sensation is so warm, so good for the intestine, so good for the body. Then you feel comfortable, and then when you go out to work, you are warm the whole day. In Spain, it's not very, very cold, but we don't really need that. But if you live in a colder place, like the north of Europe, or maybe France or Switzerland, or maybe you need to cook longer your cream and your breakfast to warm your body in winter.
Agnes, for an active individual who gets up at 6, who has no need for sweets and has energy, goes out to exercise, breakfast with lunch at 11:30 of grain, steamed vegetables, bean soup. The cream grain looks nice for dinner. Good for Jerusalem winters.
The cream likes for dinner. a children with 6-year-old.
No, I think a woman, an active individual. She likes to have the cream for dinner.
For dinner. I think that the cream is a texture we need it in the morning because we have been all the night without eating anything. So if we start our day with something soft and creamy, it's not aggressive for our body. So it's something we need, and it is soft. But I think that at midday we need to chew. Cream is okay for when we need something soft for example, convalescent people, babies, to start in the morning because our digestive system has been resting all the night. But I think at midday you can sometimes eat something creamy, but not all days. I think we need to chew.
She says that she doesn't have much appetite at night. She eats one meal. She meets one meal the first time at 11:30 for lunch, and then likes a cream at night. When she
yes, okay, you can eat a cream at night, but you can make also a really nice soup with vegetable and with grains. I love soup at night because it's something light, and I don't like to eat a lot at night too. And I like, for example, you can take this grain millet and make a soup with millet and sweet vegetables like onion, pumpkin, carrot. This is really nice and really relaxing at night. Millet or rice or maybe, I don't know, another grain you like.
And to have soup 2 times a day, is that okay?
Yes, why not? If we are in winter and we need it, why not? We are not going to eat a lot of soup, no, but we eat a cup of soup, no? I think it's going to keep our body hydrated.
Hydrated, yes.
Hydrated, yes. And soup to me is a good. I think soup is very. I like soup. Yes. So to me now in winter I'm eating soup 2 per day, two times per day. Yeah. Sometimes in the morning, sometime at midday, sometime at night.
Now we're asking, can we adapt the millet recipe to a soup with vegetables? I think. Can we adapt this recipe? I suppose.
Yes, of course. Yes, you just have to add, for example, instead of adding 1 glass of millet, you just add half glass of millet, 4 glasses of water, and then you cook your vegetables very thin, and you can add a little seaweed too to your soup. For example, some little wakame. Instead of adding a pinch of sea salt, you can cook everything, and then you can add a little miso in your soup. So there are many ways to cook and to do that. Let me see our cream. Yes, I think the cream is finished. Now I'm going to switch off the fire. Yeah. Then here you can add for example, 2 nuts, and then you can add some roasted sesame, something to chew. So
can you review for us the recipe for this millet cream?
Yes, of course. Yes. We need, can you see?
Yes.
We need 1 glass of millet.
It's about 2 cups.
Yeah. 4 glasses of water.
4 glasses. Okay.
Yes, 4 glasses of water. Half glass of rice milk. 1 little onion. And a pinch of sea salt. And it's okay. Just add everything. But add water and reserve the rice milk. You add water, you add onion, you add sea salt. And you boil it during about 40 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. And then you add the rice milk and you boil it 5 minutes more. And then you have an ice cream for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
You don't toast the millet. Did you toast the millet when you used the pressure cooker?
When I started macrobiotics, I used to toast the millet because of the tanninos and to make it more young, the millet. But now I'm not toasting the millet because I think that it's too. I don't need to toast the millet. You can do it. You can do it if you want. If you want to strengthen your body, if you feel weak, you can toast a little bit the millet. I don't toast and I don't soak. You know, many people soak the grains because now it's something modern, no, in nutrition. But I don't really like soaking the grains because I think that water is very yin too, no? If you have digestive problems, it's okay to soak a little bit the grains because you can digest them better, but nothing is forever, you know? And I think that the way that we are cooking changes the way we are changing inside our condition. So when I started macrobiotics, I toasted the millet because I was more yin. And now I don't toast the millet. I just make it natural. I toasted couscous too. Now I'm not toasting couscous. I just cook whole couscous. Yes.
And when you make rice, do you soak it?
No.
No.
No. And when I make barley, I don't soak it too. You know, because barley is very hard. It's hard to cook. And some people soak. No, I don't like to soak because just now I am talking about my own condition. My condition is the condition of a person that have the tendency to retain inside. So I don't think it's good for me to soak. But I think that you have to see, everybody, we have to see ourselves, how we are, what we need. Sometimes maybe some person needs to soak or some person needs to toast. It depends on how we are, but this is the profound understanding of yin yang, macrobiotic, you know, condition, constitution, and the energetics of food. And we have to study a lot, no, and observe a lot what is better for us, and what we want to obtain with what we are eating every day, because what we eat is our energy, our condition, the way we are changing.
And so what other grains could you use instead of millet? Some studies indicate that rice has arsenic. Here's another question. So, the suggestion is that we should soak and throw out the water.
Yes, this is yes, I agree. I saw it's Philippa that asked that. I agree that studies indicate that rice has arsenic, and soaking the rice and throwing the water, you can reduce the arsenic. I always eat ecological rice, and I rinse the rice 3 times. You know, sometimes when the studies referring to arsenic starting to appear, no, in newspapers, the first thing I thought is, oh, to rinse and to clean the grain 3 times. You know, you clean one time, you throw out the water, then the other, and we say, I think that this prevent from impurities and from arsenic. If you clean the cereal, I think it's a prevention. And I think that too, that we don't have to eat rice every day, that we have to change the grain. Maybe we can eat rice twice, 2-3 times per week, but we have many grains: millet, barley, we have oats, we have buckwheat, we have spelt, we have many grains, quinoa, amaranth, and we have to change our grains. Thank you,
Very
Philippa.
Good.
I read you. Yes, we have to vary a lot. I think that the problem would be if we eat rice every day, like, for example, Osawa's number 7, every day, rice and rice and rice. Yes, that we have to look at the arsenics, but I don't really know if that studies have an intention, no? Because, you know, here in Spain, well, I have an intention on rice market, no? Because here in macrobiotics, we have ate rice all our life and we are healthy. We don't know. I don't know what you think, but
yeah.
Yes.
I eat rice 1 time a day for years and years. Yeah, and I'm fine.
Yeah, okay. And do you soak? You, Jeanette?
I do.
You do.
Yeah. And then there's a question: do you keep the soaking water or do you throw out the soaking water?
No, throw. The soaking water always. When you soak the rice, you have to throw it. Yes. Yes, because of the arsenic, possible arsenic. But I don't believe all the studies. I just observe. I just observe and think about and say, what can I do my best? No, but bueno.
Very good. No more questions. So I agree with Philippa. Thank you very much.
You,
and I say as well.
It was a pleasure to be here and to share with you.
Agnes of Spain, I really enjoy your energy. Your class was so quiet and peaceful. Very nice to see.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you.